Fun Facts presents from 1964 through 1967 the Pontiac 2+2. Is this a classic muscle car from 1964 through 1967? Well, they're claiming it is. If you're excited, I'm excited. So let's get started now. The Pontiac 2+2 is a full-size automobile that was manufactured by Pontiac, built on a B-body chassis. It would debut in 1964 as a trim-only option for the Pontiac Catalina, with special door panels, bucket seats, a center console, exterior badging. Pontiac marketed the 2+2 as the big brother to the popular Pontiac GTO. Beginning in 1965, the name Catalina was no longer found on the car. Although it was still an option on the Catalina, the 2+2 was equipped with a 421 cubic inch, 6.9 liter V8 engine, dual exhaust, heavy duty springs, as well as unique exterior body trim. It continued on the same platform, but became a separate Pontiac series for the 1966 model year. The 2+2 reverted to an option on the Catalina for 1967 and was discontinued in the United States the same year due to poor sales. Who would imagine that? It continued as a series in Canada until 1970. All Canadian-built 2+2s were equipped with a Pontiac body on a Chevrolet chassis, with the full range of Chevrolet engines available from the inline 6-cylinder to the big block V8s. The name 2+2 reappeared briefly in 1986 on a Pontiac Grand Prix 2+2 G-body aerobody coupe, of which 1,225 were built. In 1964, Pontiac offered the 2+2 as a trim option only in '64. Most of the trim specifics were found in the passenger compartment. Without the 2+2 badges on the outside, it looked like a base Catalina. Standard was the 389 cubic inch, 6.4 liter overhead valve trophy V8, rated at 283 horsepower. With a Rochester 2-barrel carburetor and a 3-speed transmission controlled by a floor shifter mounted through the center console. A 4-speed was available at extra cost, as was an automatic. It's hard to believe this big a car had a 4-speed manual transmission. Wow, I did not know that. So in 1965 to 67, Pontiac dropped the trophy name for the 65 model year, but it was also the year that the model featured a unique 421 cubic inch, 6.9 liter, the 2+2 V8. Identifying the 2+2 was by the louvers that were incorporated into the bodywork. Standard features included heavy-duty springs and shock absorbers, a 3-speed synchro-mesh manual transmission, or a 4-speed where the Hurst shifter was optional. Dual exhaust and performance axle ratio, a 3.42-1, a new turbo hydromatic automatic transmission replaced the hydromatic. And the Car and Driver, March 1965, tested a modified Catalina 428 and recorded a top speed of 130 miles per hour and 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. Holy smokes, guys. I mean, that's freaking fast. I mean, that's kind of Porsche times, you know, back then. It's hard to believe a car this big would move out 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. It's unbelievable. In 1965, the Pontiac Catalina 2+2 convertible dates from the Helcon days of the 1960s, when car designers and engineers seemingly had a free hand with new model preparation. Want more power? Add cubic inches. Styled outdated? Have the folks in the studio draw up something longer, lower, wider. No crash test to pass, no EPA, no CAFE requirements to meet. The only people that had to be satisfied were the corporation bean counters and John Q. Public. Needless to say, this type of thinking resulted in some exciting cars, and Pontiac was responsible for more than its share, and it certainly was. Coinciding with the introduction of the GTO in 1964, Pontiac offered a new package option called the 2+2 for its full-size Catalina two-door hardtop and convertible. Due to a GM policy that prohibited engines over 400 CID intermediates, the GTO had to make do with the divisions of the 389 CID V8, while the larger Catalina was eligible for Pontiac's 421 CID monster motor. So checking the 2.2 option box gave you the big engine with a 4-barrel carb plus heavy-duty 3-speed gearbox with floor-mounted Hurst shifters, heavy-duty spring and shocks, and some additional interior appointments, all for $418.54. Racer types could order up a tri-power engine with 370 bhp as well as a 4-speed manual and safe T-track limited slip differential. So equipped, a 2+2 was reportedly good for a mid 15-second standing quarter mile. The 1965, the top-rated 421 was listed at 376 bhp, and all big Pontiacs boasted a new look. The Catalina hardtop acquired a full fastback roofline, front-end styling, had more character than rather flat 1964 face, and sharply defined lower body sculpting lent a more rakish air to profile. A former GM stylist once said the new design was one full styling way ahead of the Detroit offerings that year. It was arguably the best big Pontiac of the decade. The 2+2 did not enjoy the GTO's sales success. For one thing, the Big Cat cost $500 more than its sportier line mate, and no one was singing its praises. Whether due to customer indifference or declining profitability, Pontiac phased out the 2+2 option after 1967. Though figures are sketchy, the 2+2 saw about 11,000 sales for 1965. If the ratio of sport coupes to convertibles is roughly the same as the standard Catalina line, the fewer than 200 of the ragtops were produced that year, making beautifully restored 1965 a rare tiger indeed. It's got the tri-power 421, the 4-speed, the safe T-track. It's a real nostalgia trip for those of us who remember the days when performance was only as far away as the local Pontiac dealer. Well, if you found yourself this far into the video, we'd certainly like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch the video. And if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up because it really does help our channel. And if you like our channel, please subscribe. And we'll look forward to seeing you when we upload our next video. So thank you and always take good care.